Welcome back to Let's Play the Capo 2. You know what, I just remembered something. I actually found my old microphone, the one that died ages ago. And to my surprise, it still seems to work. They must have revived at some point. But I'm currently not using it. It's just like, that's the foot I just had as I hit the record button. I was like, hang on a second, why don't I test that out? But I'm already recording now, so maybe another recording I'll test it out.
Yahoo! Otome-kun?
As soon as I poked my head into the corridor, Otome started smiling at me.
ああ、またホック外してる。ダメだよ、ちゃんとしないと。
Otome reached out, grabbed my tie, and tightened it under my collar. That's way too tight.
ダメ。私の彼氏さんなんだから、ちゃんとする。
You must dress like everybody else. Otome is as strict about clothing as usual. It's one of her big sister habits. Well, I am her boyfriend, so I shouldn't complain about it. You know, it just bothers me the way he words it, man. I mean, it's like not biological, but can you please stop wording it like that? It makes it feel really wrong. I mean, really now. So, Otome, what was it you wanted? Did you find out anything about that magic business?
そういう話じゃないの。
Oh, then what?
そうだ。中庭でも散歩しながら話さない？乙女、いる？
Looks like my Yuki-senpai is looking for you.
いた。ちょっと生徒会室に来て、急ぎの用事があるの。急ぎの用事？何？この間提出した来月分の予算案だけど、合計金額の計算がどうしても合わないみたいでさ、もう一回やり直しになりそうなの。でも、それくらいなら会計さんに任せちゃっても。ダメ。あいつら見張ってないと仕事しないんだから。ほら、行くよ。ごめんね、弟くん。乙女借りてくよ。
Yuki-senpai then dragged off Otome without even giving me a chance to say anything.
ちょっと。私は弟くんと。
Otome's voice faded away as she got dragged off. I wonder what she wanted. Well, I'll just ask her about it later. As Otome disappeared behind a corner, I returned to my classroom. You know, remember when he just first time he actually called her Otome instead of Otome? He still calls her Otome and she has not commented on it once. Time went by and the long-awaited lunch break arrived. Alright, Otome probably made a bento, so I'll head off to the student council room. I mean, really, is it no wonder that I keep calling her that as well? Because that's all he ever calls her. I didn't even manage to get up before Otome came to pick me up. I mean, there it is again, seriously. Looks like she's breathing pretty heavily. Wait, did she run all the way here? I guess it was the only way she could avoid getting caught. Okay. But just as I was about to leave the classroom, someone grabbed my shirt. You gotta be kidding me. He never studies anything, so how is he gonna handle that? Well, I could do that after school or something.
Never put off till tomorrow what you can do today. この言葉の意味は？
What? Just spoke part of that in English. I've got a pretty good idea right now. It's just your way of saying I won't let you eat lunch, right?
ごめんと。成績も授業態度も芳しくないくせに空気を読むのだけは得意みたいね。
Fud, Suddenly, she dropped a huge pile of notes, task lists, and papers to write in front of me.
ちなみに締め切りは今日の昼休みが終わるまでよ。人生を不意にしたいならほったらかして楽しい休み時間を満喫するといいわ。弟くん、どうしてこんなに課題を溜め込んじゃうかな。
I'm an emotional man. I still remember that last day of August when I did my homework until I cried. I must make sure that I remember how I felt back then.
もうそんな言い訳しないの。
It was traumatic, I tell you.
今回は私が手伝ってあげるから生徒会室でご飯食べながらしよう。
Otne's reassuring words cheered me up. With her assistance, these reports will be...
そうそう言い忘れてたけど、もし他人の手を借りたことが発覚したら遠慮なく担当の先生に報告させてもらうから。
Well, that's how it is, I guess.
じゃあ一緒にお弁当食べられないってこと？
Nope, I guess the safety of my grades outweighs the bento for the moment. I'm sorry.
せっかく作ってきたのに。今日は今までで一番手が込んでるんだよ。朝5時に起きて一生懸命作ったんだから。
Uh-oh, I get the feeling she's asking me what's more important, her or work.
弟くんがいけないんだよ。毎日きちんと授業を受けてないからそんなに溜まっちゃうんだからね。
I'm really sorry, I'll be more careful from now on. Lies! Complete lies! Well, I'm pretty sure I'll still end up like this a few more times, but...
もういいよ。お弁当私一人で食べちゃうから。
Ah, crap, Otne's angry with me. She's back already?
今日のおかずは弟くんの好きなミートボール3つも入ってるんだからね。コーンクリームのコロッケもいっぱい入れたんだよ。
How is it gonna concentrate now?
後で欲しいって言ったってあげられないんだからね。本当に全部食べちゃうよ。みんな弟くんのせいなんだから。弟くんのバ
Otne, the way you're acting is a lot like how Yume usually does. Oh well, can't be helped. I'll just apologize to her properly later this afternoon. You know, come to think of it, a lot of characters tend to act this way, don't they, towards him? Just like, you're an idiot, Yoshiyuki, and he's just like, can't really disagree with you, I suppose. Let my shoulders hang in defeat as I walk back to my desk. Oh, they cheer up, okay? Everything today just happened to hit at the worst time, you know. Otome kept stirring up the cherry blossom petals on the road as she marched forward. It seems like she's upset because we didn't get to talk at all today. Otme's the head of student council and I'm me. The teachers and student council members don't really have time to consider that when there's work that needs to be done.
弟くんは私とお話できなくても平気なんだ。
No, that's not what I'm saying at all.
そもそも弟くんが忙しいのは自分でだらけてたからじゃない。
Yeah, well, I said I was sorry about that. Well, look at it this way. If he did actually study and he's just like, while he's studying, she just like wants to spend time with him and she can't because he's studying, he'd be like, what's more important, me or work? He's just like, I'll fall behind in my grades. Well, who cares about that? That's not something you would say, is it? Otome put her hand on her hip and looked really cute as she puffed up her cheeks. I know she's angry, but the way she's so easy to figure out is part of her appeal. You know, someone like Yoshiyuki saying something like that, easy to figure out, is really something, because he is just unbelievably dense.
学年もクラスも違うんだから会えるのは休み時間だけなのに。弟くんと同じ教室で勉強できる同級生の女の子が羨ましいな。
Otome. What I say can make her smile, make her pout, and make her angry. Ever since we started going out, she's shown me a lot of new facial expressions, and every time I get to see a new one, it makes me happy. The fact that she shows me all this just demonstrates how much she cares for me.
なんで笑ってるのよ。私怒ってるんだよ。
Yeah, sorry. I apologize, but I was unable to let go of my smile. Otome turned away from me. Otome? I talked to her while she still had her back turned to me.
何よ
I love you. Her face instantly turned red. I really loved that about her as well.
何よ突然そんなこと言ってごまかそうとするんだから
I'm not trying to fool her, I just wanted to apologize for not being able to have lunch with you today. That's, I've noticed that always seems to be, like, a lot of situations where, like, people just like, I want you to know that I really love you, and then they'll explain something they did wrong, and they'll just be like, I'm just trying to kind of, like, relax you as much as possible before I say something like, I broke the bath, or some shit like that. You'd be like, what, you did what? Just like, oh, I completely trashed the car, or some shit like that. He's just like, what have you done, you idiots? Also, to avoid having something like this happen again, I'm going to have take my studies a bit more seriously.
本当に
Yeah.
まあそこまで言うんなら許してあげないこともないけど
Still pretending to be angry, Otome walked up to me. Her face seemed to soften up a bit, and it warmed up my heart.
じゃあ手をつないで帰ろう
We entwined our fingers as we held each other's hands tightly.
えへへ
Seeing Otome laugh happily by my side made me realize just how much I love her, and it just continued to grow. Click, 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 the sound. Is it that dream again? I could see the scenery fade into view again. Wait, so you mean he can actually see the damn thing, right? My god, how does he not recognize her? I mean, seriously. Is she invisible? Is her voice, like, distorted to him? I mean, what the hell? Looks like the same place as yesterday. Click, 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 click. Other than the sound of insects and the clicking sound, I didn't really hear anything. This is the same dream as yesterday, right? I don't usually see the same dream twice in a row.
いやみんな元気にしてたかい俺はいろいろムカつくことがあって死にそうさ生きていくのって辛いよなってことで今日は勝手に予定を変更して人生相談なんかやっちゃおうと思ういや何宛先を間違えたのかよりにもよってこの俺にディープな人生相談をしてくる人がいてさもちろんスポンサー様が怒ったらやめちゃうけどなお金がないとラジオでおしゃべりもできないなんて世の中世知がねえよなまずは、仕事ばかりの人生で恋愛する間もなく来てしまいました今後どうすればいいでしょうか不思議なことに仕事ばかりの人生を送ってても異性をパクパク食えちゃう人はゴロゴロしてんだよなつまり異性に縁がないってことは別に仕事のせいだけじゃないってことだね人生はすべからく不公平
The radio was playing the same yapping high-strung DJ show as last night. The person in front of the monitor didn't seem to be listening to the radio at all, but rather reading some paper. God damn it, Yoshiyuki, how can you not recognize her, you freaking idiot!
そっか子供生まれたんだ子供はお母さん似の男の子目がクリッとしてて可愛い顔立ちをしてると近所で評判です生まれたばっかりだっていうのに早速親バカモードになっちゃってるねしょうがないな
You know, if they had internet, you just know they'd be just like posting images after image on Facebook, just like, look at how adorable my son is. She looked at the photo from the envelope like it was something dear to her and sighed deeply. I couldn't see who the photo was from where I was, but if I had to guess, I'm guessing this might be Yoshiyuki when he was first born. Maybe, I'm not entirely sure.
あの二人もパパとママになっちゃったんだ自分と好きな人との子供が生まれるのってどんな感じなのかな
She sounded a little lonely. Maybe it was because she was all alone in that big laboratory, but she just looked so helpless from behind. Oh, come on, even from the back, you could pretty much tell who it is, Yoshiki. It made my chest feel really tight. This particular dreamer's loneliness seemed to be reflected pretty well in the dream world.
そうだそうだ、返事書かなきゃ。書き出しはどうしようかな。写真ありがとう。赤ちゃんすっごくかわいいね。ご出産おめでとうございます。
You know, if my guess is right and that is Yoshiki, then I wonder what happened that led up to that then. Just like, did she kidnap him? Did something happen to the parents and like Yoshino became his legal guardian or what? Don't answer that, by the way. We'll find out in due time, I imagine. That is if my guess is right, anyway.
じゃあちょっと月並みすぎるかな。心がこもってないみたいだよね。
Or in general.
本当に子供生まれたの？すごいすごいすごい。二人の子供ならきっと可愛いだろうな。これもダメ。オーバーにすればいいってもんじゃないし。
She looked a bit troubled, like she couldn't find the right words. Oh, I can totally relate to that.
おかしいよね。二人が結婚して赤ちゃんが生まれてパパとママになったのって
Wait,
す
maybe?
ごく嬉しいことなのに。
No, I take that back. It's not Yoshiki. Maybe, because I have some vague recollection of, like, I haven't played the first Capo, but I do know that the protagonist of it was, I think, Junichi, and was probably, was her name Yuki? I think she probably was in the original as well, and he ends up with her canonly, I think, probably. And of course, you know, loads of different love interests, and Sakura was one of the ones that didn't canonly end up with him. So, like, that, and now they had a kid, and now she just, like, doesn't really know what to say, because she actually loves Junichi, but, I don't know. My guess is it's something like that, but don't answer it, of course.
なんか心からおめでとうって思ってないみたいだよ。僕。
She hit herself on the head.
ダメだよ。ちゃんとお祝いしてあげなきゃ。二人がいくら幸せだからって絶対羨ましがったり妬んだりしちゃダメだからね。
Having told herself that, she tried to smile with all her might. It's like she was trying her best to forget about how she said she couldn't congratulate them from the bottom of her heart.
早く論文の続き書かなきゃいけないんだった。後回し後回し。今日は徹夜になっちゃうかな。
Click, 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 click. Once again, her fingers started hammering down on the keyboard. Outside the window, snow was fluttering about.
じゃあ次の相談は友達に彼氏を寝取られて悔しい。なんとか復讐してやりたいって相談者は他の女に手を出した彼氏の罪はノープロブレムみたいだね。まあ愛する彼氏と
I could hear the noisy DJ's voice growing ever faint. I guess it'll be morning soon. Better leave the dream world behind and return to reality. But I seriously wonder what dream this is. Whose dream this is. Yoshiki, my god, you're just so dense. I'm starting to kind of put together a kind of idea of what the plot may be about in my head. But I won't actually go into detail about it until it actually explains what it's all about. And if I'm right, I'll be like, yeah, I totally called it. If I'm wrong, just be like, wow, here's my idea of what it was going to be, but it was wrong. Since I've seen the same one twice in a row, shouldn't it be someone really close by? Gee, you think? As I thought about that, I slowly started waking up. Just seriously, how can someone be so goddamn dense? I could hear birds chirping outside. Morning, huh? But I was still way tired. Maybe it's because of that dream I saw again, but it felt like I didn't get any sleep at all. I wonder if I'll be late if I don't get up soon. Wait, it's Saturday. Okay, I'll just go back to sleep.
弟くん、いつになったら起きるの？もうすぐ11時だよ。
Still feeling really sluggish, I could hear Otome's voice. I shouldn't respond. I'll never be able to convince her to let me sleep. I'll just have to pretend to be sound asleep.
寝たふりしてる？本当はもう起きてるんでしょ？
She's just trying to trick me. I absolutely can't respond. I don't want to give up the sweet softness of my pillow and sheets.
弟くん、本当に寝てるの？じゃあ、起こし方試してみようかな。
That method?
よいしょっと。
Suddenly my bed swayed a bit, something heavy had gotten on it.
弟くんの寝顔だ。
Otome gently stroked my cheek. Her face was so close to mine that I could hear her breathing. Could this possibly be a good morning kiss? The situation that every guy in the world dreams of. But would Otome really do that? She likes things clean after all. I mean, think about it, man. A wake-up kiss? The breath, man, the breath. But she did seem to be interested in the good morning kiss business yesterday. It's not impossible that Otome's feelings have changed a bit since we started dating. Maybe I should stop breathing. And then he's like, oh god, breathe! I can't tense up when I'm asleep. Yeah, sound asleep. I just have to click. Ends my mind.
おはよう、弟くん。
I felt something soft touch my lips. Wait, could this that have been? I opened my eyes since I couldn't bear to keep them closed any longer.
ほら、やっぱり起きてたんだね。残念でした。
I knew
唇じゃ
it.
ないよ。
Otome had placed her finger on my lips. Well, you know, unless you ain't Yoichi in canon, I've just, like, the whole thing reminded me of, I can't quite remember who it was, but he ended up pretty much kissing the cat, because he thought it was Naoki, I think it was. Just, like, giving them a wake-up call. He's like, what? It was the cat! Man, it was just a finger.
そうだよ。キスとか、そんなに何回もするもんじゃないもん。
She sounded really embarrassed when she said that. I wouldn't mind doing that all day, though. If you're in love, you just spontaneously end up wanting to do that.
そうなの？
Well, yeah, it's not something to feel guilty about. If you fall in love with someone, you end up wanting to do it. Oh, I really didn't mean to press you or anything. Everyone's got their own way of thinking and stuff. Suddenly, Otome moved her face really close to mine. Slowly, I closed my eyes. I could feel Otome's soft lips. Our lips parted. Otome? I could never imagine that Otome would be the one who would give me my first real kiss.
今日はお出かけするから、早く顔洗って着替えてね。ご飯はもうできてるから。
She was blushing and fidgeting when she turned around.
それじゃあ早く降りてきて。今日も事件について調べなきゃ。
She left. Through the door, I could hear the sound of Otome running down the stairs. A kiss, huh? When I remembered her soft lips, my entire body got all warm. That really woke me up, yeah. My heart's beating really fast. But doesn't that mean it was only to wake me up? Hey! Outside, the sparrows chirped away like they were having fun as usual. After I was done eating, I went to the school library together with Otome. I thought we'd be the only ones to go to the library on a day off, but to my surprise there were a lot of diligent students about. I guess people are a lot more enthusiastic about studying than I thought.
弟くん、これとこれお願いね。事件に関係ありそうな記述とか気になる部分があったらノートにまとめておいて。
Otome was carrying about 10 books, everything from encyclopedias and history books to communications records. She really seemed to know what she was doing. And also, what's this?
公式新聞のバックナン
Why would those be in the library?
バーわかんない
Otome tilted her
い
head.
らないかないかがわしい記事の方が逆に真実に迫ってることもあるかなって思って持ってきたんだけど
Nah, I don't mind going through it, but I see, so the unofficial newspaper was around even 50 years ago. Anyway, this is no time to admire weird stuff. You know, I've also heard that in the original Capo that there was also another character with the exact same name as Suganami. I'm not sure if he probably might have been similar in appearance for all I know, and similar character kind of thing, so maybe it's like tradition, just like, there must always be a Suganami that kind of like, is the head of the unofficial newspaper. I don't know. Oh, it looks like it's going to take a pretty long time to go through all this.
全部読む必要はないから大丈夫斜め読みでいいから気になるところだけ抜粋しておいてで
Whoops. Even if you say that, I've never managed to figure out how writing a report is actually supposed to work.
それじゃあそうだね3時間経ったら見に来るからそれまで頑張ってね
I've got to do it. This book looks easy, so I'll start off with that. Just like an RPG, you have to fight the weak enemies first. Flip, flip. Wow, what the hell is with this miniature print? I can hardly read it. Maybe they have to do it like that because it's a history book and they constantly revise it for new print runs. I'll just slide over roughly if I see something that catches my eye. I'd really need a magnifying glass to be able to pick out the stuff that may be related to the incident in this age book. I actually have no talent for writing reports.
どう弟くん関係ありそうな資料見つかったかな
Kind of. Anyway, Otome, how about you?
今回の事件に関係あるかどうかわからないけど枯れない桜に関する文献をいくつか調べてみたよ
Why's that?
この島に住んでる私たちにとっては自然になっちゃったけど初音島で一番不思議なのってやっぱり枯れない桜じゃないだから枯れない桜について調べてみればいろいろと魔法のこともわかるかなと思って
Now that you mention it, that might be true. No matter how you look at it, those trees aren't normal.
50年くらい前に一旦枯れた桜がどうしてまた咲き続けるようになったのか
I'm pretty sure that the original Capo must have taken place 50 years ago then, because Junichi was apparently the protagonist, and he's old now, so he must be.
もともと枯れない種類の桜だったものが何らかの理由で枯れてしまったのかそれともその逆なのか
Maybe it's because it's just like, this only happens when we have a protagonist, you see, who has a lot of girls that want to get into a relationship with him, but he always ends up with just one. And so... No, that wouldn't make any sense, but... I still can't really think of a real reason why. I just know that Sakura is somewhat related with it, and that's about it so far.
桜が枯れた理由は何か逆に私たちがまだ小さかった頃桜が再び咲き続けるようになったのはどうしてか
Now that you mention it, that is a pretty big mystery.
そうだよものすごく身近にあるのに桜の謎についてはほとんど知らないんだもん
The reason why the everlasting cherry tree with it, huh? Was there an incident or something back then? Something related to the trees?
その頃の新聞記事を調べてみたんだけどこれといって関係ありそうな事件は見当たらなかったんだよね当時生きてて魔法のことをよく知っている人がいれば話を聞かせてもらうんだけど
Gee, I wonder who. Someone who lived back then and who knows magic. What about Junichi-san?
えおじいちゃん
Junichi-san is a magician as well, right? You should know what happened back then. but it looked like she just realized something and clapped her hands together.
ああ、そっか。おじいちゃんってめったに魔法を使ったりしないからすっかり忘れてたよ。うんうん。帰ったら話を聞いておこっと。
Having said that, Otome wrote a bunch of stuff down in her notebook.
弟くんは何か気になる資料あった？
Yeah, I flipped around in my notebook and read back the stuff I checked out. I don't know if it's directly related to the instance, but long ago there used to be what people called a witch on the island.
魔女？
She was apparently very old and she was said to have the power to solve people's hardships. Well, not all of it seems true, but if there was someone like that around, I'm sure a lot of the islanders feared her.
魔女。魔女ね。
Maybe she was a magician like you, Otome. However, both you and Yuki-san seem to have aged normally.
うん。まあ、その資料にもバイアスがかかってるのかもしれないよ。面白おかしく書くためにそんな話を付け加えたとか。
You know, I'm just going to guess right now. It's probably Sakura, isn't it? I mean, think about it. She looks way younger than she actually is, and she obviously has much important on the plot, but we don't quite understand it. But things all seem to be kind of piecing together. The dreams kind of indicate even more to it, and I just can't quite figure it out 100%, but it's all connecting. I see there's also a possibility. Did you find anything else of interest?
他には信憑性があんまりなさそうな話が多いんだよね。人の心を読める人がいたとか、猫が人間になったとか。
Wait. People who can read other people's minds. Well, doesn't that sound familiar? But cats turning into humans? Have we seen anything like that in the plot so far? If that stuff were true, Hatsune Island would be an incredibly mysterious place.
まあ、これは資料っていうよりオカルト本みたいなものだから作り話だろうけどね。
Yeah, I guess. That part about cats turning to humans sounded like something Tsugunami would like. He'd probably burst into some big uproar about the mysteries of Hatsune Island.
でもまだまだ調査の余地はありそうだね。もうちょっと他の資料も調べてみようか。
Otome got up from the desk and stretched herself.
弟くんももうちょっとだけ付き合ってね。
Roger. I didn't really feel motivated by the huge pile of books in front of me, but since Otome asked me to...
それで一通り調べ終わったらその後デートしようね。一緒に行ってみたいお店があるんだ。
Having said that, Otome walked off towards the big bookshelves. A date? I'd better do my best to finish this then. These hardships seemed like nothing now that I knew I had something fun to look forward to, but he'll probably be thinking about all that and completely forget everything they've researched. I suddenly got really motivated and started going through the rest of the books. 'Cause seriously, man, that's all he's going to be thinking about. He'll forget everything. Once we were done investigating, we went to a coffee shop in the shopping district. May I take your order? I'd like some hot cocoa. Hey, what do you want?
私はケーキセット。チーズケーキにミントティーで。
Certainly. Are you guys on a date today? It looks like you're having fun. Well then, I'll be right back. The waitress bowed and walked off towards the kitchen.
ねえねえ聞いた？ウェイトレスさん、デートですか？だって。
Yeah. Otome seemed fidgety and kept adjusting her ribbon.
私たち恋人同士に見えるのかな？
Well, I'm sure we do. People who are dating usually sit together on the sofa like this. Wait. Ah, yeah, it is. Sofa's in the background, isn't it? And, well, we've been holding hands the entire time. Kinda obvious. She didn't even let go of my hand when we entered the shop. Man, she sure does look relaxed. Actually, I probably look that way as well. Since earlier I couldn't stop smiling for some reason. If Wataru saw us, he'd probably be all, I object to this blockhead couple! It's pretty rare for you to eat cake, Otome.
え、そうかな。
Otome looked back at me in wonder as she put another spoonful of cake in her mouth. Yeah, don't you usually like Japanese sweets more than Western ones?
ああ、そういうことか。
Huh? What am I talking about?
確かに私は和菓子が好きだけど洋菓子だって大好きだよ。もともとは洋菓子の方が好きだったし。
Oh, that's the first time I've heard this. I strongly remember eating Japanese sweets, though.
私が和菓子を好きになったのには理由があるの。
What's that?
私が和菓子が好きなのはね、弟くんが和菓子を出してくれるから。
Well, the first one you had, Daddy conjured up, you said didn't taste very good at all, though. Eh?
弟くんの和菓子が好きなんだよ。
She looked straight into my eyes as she said that. That would mean...
弟くん顔が赤いよ。
Of course I'm
で
blushing.
も本当のことだよ。ちっちゃい頃からずっと大好きだったんだから。
But you said it tastes like crap. Well, not specifically like crap, but still. Of that, you mean the way I am all the sweets.
決まってるじゃない。どっちもだよ。
She smiled as she teased me. You really want it all, don't you? I blew some air on my cocoa to cool it down a bit.
だからね、今はとても幸せだよ。こうして弟くんと恋人になれて、一緒にいれて、ほんと幸せ。
Otome talked as if she was in a daze. The sight of her was far sweeter than the cocoa I had just put in my mouth.